Good evening to you, my friends. It is a pleasure to come and to talk with you, and to, what shall we say, shower you with positivity. Because there is doom and gloom within your world, within your day-to-day living, because there are always obstacles to face and problems to sort. Because, your life just seems to be that way. But in all the happenings that you encounter within your life, your spirit is prepared. Whether you understand that or not, it does not matter to us in the spirit world. But your spirit is there to be a help and guidance to you, the human being that you are. But you are a spiritual being as well. And if you do not understand, it is paramount that you look towards your spiritual self for all the answers to the questions that you may have as you live your life in the material existence. For that is only part of your life. We already mentioned in the prayer that your spirit will have its rebirth at that point that you call death, when the physical body is no more, when you do not need the confines of that physical frame. And so it is that your spirit is the true person that you are. Your mind and your spirit equals your soul. Because you see, you have a logical thinking mind that sometimes holds you back in the great scheme of things, because from the time you incarnated into the earth plane, you were learning. You had a plan before you came to take on the physical confines. And so it is that you have work to do. You can all be channels for the spirit world, for your own spirit to have expression, so that you will realize that you are working towards a plan, that you are indeed part of the divine plan of God. And that extract told you all about the fact that religions are unimportant, but you have been conditioned by religions throughout eons of time. And so to put those religious beliefs to one side and begin your own explanation and exploration for an explanation is what is important, because you are wanting answers to questions. You are wanting to understand about the life beyond the confines of matter. And that is good, because you are questioning. You are not looking for creeds and dogmas to keep you on the straight and narrow, because many religions put fear into mankind over the eons of time and centuries of life in your world. And so it is that we break the mold, so to speak. We say, yes, if you wish to follow in the confines of religious beliefs, that's fine. If you want to be a solo player, shall we put it that way, and look for answers yourself, then those in the spirit world that walk with you, those family, friends, those unknown to you that have appointed themselves as guides and helpers, are indeed doing all they can to keep you on the straight and narrow, looking at your own self. That is not an easy task, and that is why you are courageous to do so, to look at that spirit that spirit that is going to transform and transcend your physical world. And so you cannot fail, you see. You are going to succeed, because it does not matter if you believe in an afterlife or not. You will still turn up at the appointed time, the time that is right for your spiritual self. And so there are no, what shall we say, signposts really for you to follow, other than your own intuition, your own feelings, because you know whether you are doing something for the correct reason or not. You know when you are doing what is right for you. You may ask advice of others, but you do not always take that advice. And that is the same with those who reside in the spirit world. They can come forward and communicate with you and pass on their advice, but it is up to you whether you take that advice or not, because you have personal responsibility. It is one of the principles of your spiritualism. But you know, even when you look within the belief system of spiritualism, there are rules and regulations that seem to carry on forever and ever. We want you to understand that you don't have to follow an ism. You just have to follow the spiritual essence of who you are. Because you came with a plan, and you know, they say that if you plan, that is good. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. But there is no failure, you know, because you do your best in your world of matter, and that is all that we ask of each one of you. And so we want to put into you that positivity, that understanding that you can achieve, that you can help yourself, and more importantly, others. The physical body only has a certain lifespan, because that is the very nature of that body. It is going to decay. It is going to allow the spirit freedom to move back into the spiritual realms of light. In your world, there are too many that seem to think that if they kill off others, in the human race in particular, then they are going to achieve. They are going to win the war. They are going to win the battle. But let's just say that there is no such thing as a winner or a loser, because all of you in the human race are going to end up in the same place. The body will go back to the earth, and the spirit will go back to the spirit realms. And so what are people achieving, I ask, in your world, when they just want power over others all of the time? They want to be in charge. They want to dictate. We in the spirit world are not allowed to dictate. That is why, as it said in the reading, there will be no blinding flash when everyone will turn to the spiritual truths, to advance the cause, to bring peace into your world, to bring harmony into your world, to bring love into your world. It will be a slow process, with slow progress, but we have a divine plan that comes from God the Father. That is why your first principle speaks of the fatherhood of God, and also of the brotherhood of man, because you are all following the same plan. You are all part of the divine plan. And so you cannot succeed if you are ignoring the spirituality within you, the spiritual essence within you. And that is why we have found time to speak on the divine plan. So ask your questions of the spirit world, and you will get answers when the time is right for you. Take your steps forward and do your very best, and you will succeed. And so we want you to feel the love, the peace, the harmony that comes from those that walk with you, not just one day at a time, but walk with you for an eternity of time, and therefore you cannot fail. So please remember that all that we ask is that you do your best, that you are following the divine plan if you take time out to look for spiritual truths and understand spiritual values and the law of cause and effect. And so, in essence, you make your own reality. It does not matter what is written in the books of days gone by. They may help individuals, that is true. The work of Silver Birch has been documented and helps many. And so it is that we would point you towards the written word, to help you, to ease your mind, to bring in that positivity when you get down and you feel that you are down and out. But that is not the case. You are surviving. You are a survivor. You cannot die. That is a spiritual truth, my friend, that there is an eternity with which to progress. That every human soul will move on, will walk tall in the realms of light. But first there are lessons to learn. You may not see that blinding flash, but you all have the Spirit within that is your guide, that is your help to sustain you in those times when things seem to be going awry. But we would say to you, keep happy, keep positive, keep cool, keep calm, and know that you are being helped every step of the way by those guides and family and friends that you would term unseen, that we would term helpers and guides to you, the individual. So do not become disheartened when you switch on your TV set or any other means of communication in your modern technological world. Keep positive and pass on that message, that truth, that the Spirit can never die, that there is time to get over grief, that there is time to have a good time in your material world, that you are there to serve God, to serve the spirit world, and in so doing your spirit will grow and grow. And so when you return to the spirit realms, you will be understanding of all the spiritual truths. And so, my friends, we wish you well on your journey in life, because you know where you are heading, you know where you are going. Without fail, everyone will return to that spiritual essence of themselves. And so we say to you, work hard, play hard, and know that God is with you. And so we say good night and God bless.